Welcome to the Streams of the Universe channel. I'm Anna. Thank you so much for your likes, your comments, your subscriptions, and for supporting and helping this channel. I am deeply, deeply grateful to you. Today, we have a reading about which doors are closing and which doors are opening. Maybe something is leaving your life, meaning a door is closing and it won't be there anymore. Maybe it's something good, maybe it's something bad, but it's leaving for good. Now we're going to find all this out and see what good things are coming into your life. And maybe there will be some warnings as well. Yes, there will be. We need to look here. We live in a world of duality where good and bad exist side by side. We are constantly analyzing whether something is good for us or bad for us. We have a kind of emotional analysis and also a regular physical analysis, because physical analysis, of course, is relative. For example, in the summer heat, it's uncomfortable, especially when there's a fireplace. But in the winter cold, it's nice when there's a fire burning or the radiators are working. That's right. So in our everyday physical world, all concepts are relative. Relative to why we suddenly like or dislike something. So, in general, when it comes to everyday matters, I would say that everything is relative. There is nothing absolutely bad and nothing absolutely good, meaning the world isn't perfect. Simply put, there are always some nuances. So I took the deck of trusts directly. Just to show, yes, in everyday life, what is closing and what is opening, what opportunities there are. And I also took the spiritual deck of guardian angels. Spirituality? Yes. Like some kind of understanding, some kind of worldview, a point of view, I don't know, yes, where the soul is drawn to, because after all, at the same time, our soul is, so to speak, eternal. But the body is here, and the material world is constantly changing. Let's put it this way, let's do your signification now. It will show exactly that idea in this material world, and you are still a single whole, soul and matter together. Yes, that is, some kind of spiritual force, inspiration, creativity, and the material world, opportunities, well, our body as an instrument and everything else. These are opportunities to use such a machine for the soul. Yes, some esoterics like to call it an avatar. So, let's see which doors are closing for you right now as a whole, and which ones are opening. It's a simple, yet at the same time not so simple question. Your signification. If it resonates with you, you'll see clearly what is opening for you and what is closing. How you are being shown. Well, you're a stable person. You know how to earn money. You know how to keep a safety net. And you know how to let go of something in time if you need to protect your feelings. Well, for example, in everyday life, I kind of have all of that. And even if I'm missing something from my comfort zone, even if I don't have enough of something, I can tighten my belt, save some money, invest somewhere, get a mortgage, I don't know, buy an apartment, pay for it, or, in general, take care of my health. In general, you know how to say no, and that's very good. To yourself, to your desires that could harm your long-term security in the material world. For example, you really want to spend money right now, forget about everything, and quit your job. You will tell yourself, no, let's not do that. I understand you're uncomfortable, but you need to have a safety cushion. It's great here, in the earthly world, but it's a 4, and it doesn't allow for growth. It limits you. So it's great on one hand, but on the other hand, you can get stuck in it, in the comfort zone, and the comfort zone always has discomfort, limitations, just like there are limitations in an apartment. For example, for the soul, it's like the material world suddenly becomes a limitation. It seems like it's a good thing. For example, I took out a mortgage on an apartment. The 4, it stands firmly on its feet, and you stand firmly on your feet too. But here's the thing. Things are bad at work. You're afraid to leave your job. You're afraid to take a long break. You're afraid to go on vacation, to go somewhere, to take on something extra, anything like that. But your soul wants it, your inner soul. You want to break out of this box, but you keep limiting yourself. So, it seems like everything is fine, but something still doesn't feel right. That's what I'll say. The chart actually has more of those earth signs. That doesn't mean you're an earth sign. You might even be a fire or air sign, but you learned. It was just harder for you, while it's easier for an earth sign, for example. Well, like Taurus, Virgo, yes. Capricorn, it's easier for them to save, to invest. And, for example, for a water sign like Scorpio, they really want to act on impulse. For example, you might buy something and squander your safety cushion. Well, something like that, yeah. A bit more complicated. Well, in any case, whoever you are, the earth element is just super already. You know, you're like that table or chair next to you. Someone can lean on you. I would say it like this, really, like with a table. You sit at the table, eat. Everything is there. It's very comfortable. With you, it feels like everything necessary is there. You can just lie on a bed, right? You don't need to stand on one leg or sleep somewhere strange, like on a tram. So you're kind of like that, maybe, and that also causes discomfort. You learned, but maybe there are people around you who haven't learned, for example, in that same group of 4, while you were learning. So being a very stable person, being able to say no to your desires, meaning to stop indulging your wants and wishes, to limit yourself in some ways, so that later you have stability. Yes, so that there is that sense of security. And maybe there are some people around you, well, children. While you were studying, you had children. Yes, you had children. Maybe you also got some dogs or cats. Well, those ones will never learn how to make money at all. Of course, you immediately told yourself, I can maintain stability. Yes, I can give myself something extra besides an apartment, a car, a job, and those things. Just for the joy of the soul. Maybe you got them just for the joy of the soul. Because there's a lot of responsibility. In the 4, it always puts pressure all the time. But you want, like with shoes, you want to take them off and run barefoot like a child. But something just doesn't let you. You've also gotten used to being stable. Or maybe someone is lying on you, sitting on you, leaning against you. I don't even know. But by now you've gotten so used to it that this feeling of irritation, probably, well, let's ask. What if someone lies down on you? It doesn't always happen. It happens from time to time, when it suddenly comes over you, as if it all falls on you at once. Suddenly, that's it. I would say it's 50-50. It doesn't always go like this, but it suddenly comes over me, as if everything starts to fall, as if it all sits on me and presses down. And right away, I have to pay the loan. There are some issues at work. I need to buy something for my child, or something happened to him, and then the irritation starts. At this point, I might argue or even yell at myself. If it's all around me. I was just asking about people. Damn, I was asking about people. Well, sometimes with this card, you've also learned to set boundaries. Well, it's like, if you go overboard with boundaries, look, this is a card about people's aggression. You've learned to protect yourself from people's aggression, like this. Hyper-dangerous aggression, really dangerous aggression, from hyper-dangerous people who could really... So again, it's about feeling safe. You don't let people like that get close to you. Well, here it's like 50-50. There are still some people who have outbursts, but they don't destroy you. And it happens from time to time, and it's like it just causes some discomfort. But it seems like you've gotten so used to it that for some reason you don't even want to change it anymore. But why is that? Maybe it's your boss or someone else. Well, they don't always yell, for example. Not always. Or maybe your husband, I don't know. Your child, someone. Come on, here. This is where you create safety for yourself. You've built yourself a little nest. It's called safe. But you can limit yourself so much that it feels like only a few, just the closest people are left, and there's hardly any communication. What kind of interaction is that? Well, I don't see you as lonely, I just don't. Because someone still bothers you. In this situation, someone still bothers you and creates some discomfort. Well, for example, if you have elderly parents left, and you have to live, let's say, in the same apartment. A four, yes, in order to save up for real estate, I don't know, for a down payment, you have to endure. For example, yes, or some boss who seems basically normal, but then work also kind of limits you, as if it confines you. Well then, even when you scold yourself and get angry at your boss, and at yourself, you're afraid to leave your comfort zone. You say, damn, I need to endure a bit more. What if I don't find something right away? Will I find it? I don't have a safety net like that. I have to pay the mortgage for 6 months. So I sit in this place. There's something here. So leaving means something will go away, as long as it's the comfort zone. Well, actually, let's see now. You just said something will go away. You're telling yourself that something needs to change. And I want us to stay friends, for everything to be okay, without any scandals. Maybe there's some problem with the friend. But why do you need a friend just to feel safe? I don't get it. Then it's someone closer. Well, or you need to grow up, How can you stay friends since childhood then? So here you can tolerate this kind of thing in a pentacle card. But it's, almost like a relative, more than a friend. Then, well, maybe, yes. A husband, for example. He's not a blood relative. But let's say, while we were raising children, we had one goal, to raise the kids. And in general, once the kids grew up and left, it was like something just passed between us. Well, that happens, yes, when we're not together in spirit, but for something, for the family, for continuing the family line, for buying things. And then it turned out that the real estate purchase, yes, we already have joint property, but we're already adults, retirees. Yeah, we're not close anymore and don't have a goal. We're not interested, we argue sometimes, and it really gets on my nerves. I want to split up, but the problem is the real estate. So the income is small, just the pension, for example, and it seems like there's no goal anymore. It was better for the kids, yeah. Like everyone was busy, we were doing things, keeping ourselves occupied, and then suddenly, I wish it could be friendly, but it just doesn't work that way. Maybe we even discussed how to split things up, but maybe it just doesn't work out properly. Only some shares or something, and then having to live with someone else. Right here. You kind of know him already. He's almost like family, this person. Almost a friend. Yeah. That's what you call almost a friend. You know him. And then, yeah, let's say you buy a room in a dorm, right? And who knows what kind of neighbors you'll have there? Maybe there's even some kind of maniac. Yeah, or it could be even worse. But here, it's like we're almost friends, right? We're not enemies. Look, there are no dangerous enemies here, right? We're almost friends. We don't seem to harm anyone. Or, you know what else? Maybe, for example, there's a dog here, right? Maybe that last drop just hasn't fallen yet. Yeah, well, you're already thinking, damn, I don't like this. You'd like to stay friends. Maybe the child, by the way, has already grown up. You'd like to stay friends, for him to have already moved somewhere. Because we argue, it's hard for me. I'm always holding myself back, telling myself no. So what is this? Well, the card literally says right here. I keep thinking about this all the time. But I just can't make a decision. It's called overthinking. I think about it too much. I keep coming back to it all the time. And at the same time, it's kind of comfortable. It feels comfortable to me somehow. It's rare for us to argue or anything like that here. You never know, right? You never know what might happen. What if a friend helps? What if something happens to the child? If something happens, I'll be right there to help. Yes, it's hard for me. It's uncomfortable, but you never know, or
Эм,
I can't choose. You keep going over everything in your head. There's some kind of story here, and it seems like everything is fine.
это-
This is overanalyzing. I analyze for too long. But not always, not always. When apparently I've had enough, it's like the last straw. I start thinking about it, analyzing and analyzing. Then I put on my rose-colored glasses. Everything seems okay, but you don't get rid of it or make a final decision. Well, it seems like everything is fine, like everything is okay. And then suddenly I cloud my mind, my eyes. But it's not always like that.
А вдруг там еще хуже будет?
What does that mean? I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I'll be left without help. For example, what if we have a big argument, a big fight? I'll be left without help. I know what that means. She'll bring me some water. That could happen too. Or if I leave my job, I'll be left without help. Or maybe here, look, there's also work and some friends. Or like we're friends, like that. Or like we're like family, right? I mean, no one would leave me without a glass of water. But I don't know, my ex-husband, with whom we kind of live like neighbors now. Or maybe even friends. Damn, it's not even wood. I can't tell who's who with you. It's like several stories are happening at once. Who will help me? And you keep coming back. That's it. The angel says, well, that's enough thinking about it already. You keep manifesting something into reality. Some difficulties seem to happen, and at the same time, some fears too. And it's all still connected to money. In the end, it's about money, not even just help. Well, it seems like, okay, with a child, or with my husband, or if I argue with someone, a friend, I don't know. It seems like I have money for now, so I'll hire someone, or maybe social services will help. But what if the money runs out? I want something like that, still with this. Or with real estate, really. Real estate is a process here. Oh, or I need to deal with real estate. Yeah, something like that. Like the issue of real estate is important. It would be nice to just buy everyone their own place or job, just like that.
Вот ты. Так, еще что здесь?
But here you also tell yourself, basically, I can do it alone. I can. These are those endless conversations. The magician is a very smart person, but for some reason, our brain tricks us. This is the card of illusions. So think about it from one side, and also think about the good things. Say to yourself, I'm very smart, I know how to survive, and I have survived. This is really yours. You can rely on your own, you can lean on yourself, but something irritates you, and at the same time you say, I can do it alone, I can do this and that, and then you end up being very hard on yourself. This is Mercury, meaning you can get any tools you need. For those whose minds are sharp, you can get any tools you want. You are the ones who help survive in this world, to see all the facets of good and bad. Well, there's one tool of the mind here. With Mercury, you are really good at creating it. It's like the illusion of rose-colored glasses. Damn, I can't make a decision yet, but I'll just paint myself some rose-colored glasses for now. Well, it's just not the right time yet, but I do see more good things, more positives. Yeah. Well, maybe things will change. I believe that something will change there, that I'll get paid more. Well, basically, that's what's going on here. I don't know what will change here. That's what it's called. Don't deny yourself anything. Dreams come true here. You just need to make a few small sacrifices. Review them and give something up. Give it up precisely because what gets in the way here is not giving something up. And that's also kind of a desire.
Ой.
And then the dream comes true right away, but you have to give something up. And you can fill in the rest yourself. a beautiful picture and say, well, damn, everyone lives like this. I don't know. I'm 100% sure. I've been here and there. But no, it's just not working out. Let's say, yes. Or I won't have enough money left, so I'll just keep putting up with it. Interesting story. Something is going to change here. An illusion. Look, the illusion will be destroyed by higher powers. This illusion of yours that you keep creating for yourself, it will be completely destroyed just like that. In general, some illusion will go away.
Которую вы себе рисовали.
It seems like you've been creating this for yourself for many years. Because, well, you have to learn this. Since this is the Four of Pentacles, you were just surviving. It's called survival. You need to have feelings for that. At the beginning, there were some decisions made. It's like you put on a kind of spacesuit. You put it on. And it's hard to take it off. And in this spacesuit, the personality is so strong. A personality that's like a chair. I can lean on myself, and others sit on me, lean on me, and it makes me uncomfortable. But I can't take it off anymore. So you learn to survive somewhere, and it seems like it's time to take off that suit. Well, I don't know. You could say that. Didn't I say that at the beginning? Sometimes the avatar is called yes, like our physical. Here it is, the physical body, physics. Well, like, I'm standing there, yes, refusing something. That's it. That's how it is. Then you are kind of angular. Well, if you imagine it as a car, then you are like a truck. Well, a vehicle with a body. Yes, I refuse beauty, for example. I'm not like a Lamborghini. Yes, like a sporty, light car, yeah? And I'm like a square truck with a square body. Yeah, I have wheels. I'm not running around in high heels. Well, maybe sometimes you do, yeah? But mostly I wear sneakers, so it's comfortable, and I can stand firmly on my feet. There. I don't know, because I still need to keep my balance somehow. Sometimes, not always, a lot of things just pile up on me. And somehow I don't want to be so light, like I don't have any body at all. What if I have to move, right? Or what if I have to carry someone's heavy bags? Or what if someone leans on me? Yes, I really can do anything. But for some reason, I can't imagine myself in a lighter version now. It's like everything is already changed. Maybe it's time to create a lighter avatar for myself. It's also hard to take off this 4 from myself. It's like it got stuck in you. This shell just seeped into you. Look, as a woman, you can even afford to buy some beauty, right? And maybe your face is all dolled up. Everything is just the way you like it. You feel comfortable. You enjoy it. But it still feels tight. You can make yourself look beautiful. And you can see it, right? That the woman has everything. But it's like this inner readiness, just in case. But I don't have a trailer, right? And here, I suddenly need a trailer, and to load it quickly. Because sometimes it happens here, for me. Basically, you're here learning something. Learning, studying. And you know how to go down one path, and how to go down another. You already know so much. Like a perfectionist. You have a whole library behind your back, and you're still thinking about learning something else. But it feels like the right moment never comes. Take this square off your back. Maybe it really seems to you that the timing isn't right to change something, but something easier. It seems to me that you think the timing is wrong. Look, either there's not enough money or the timing is wrong. Thank you. And you're not telling yourself the truth. You're covering everything up with some kind of haze. A haze of dreams like, in the future, yeah, the timing isn't right. Oh, there's not enough money right now. Oh, the kids haven't grown up yet. Oh, the child needs to finish school. Just let them finish school. Oh, we need to... Well, I'm still not that good of a specialist. I'm not a perfect specialist yet. It's still like that. You know, like a perfectionist, a student there's always something missing for him, something missing to reach perfection. He's always chasing some kind of ideal. That's why the Seven of Cups is called rose-colored glasses. He's really a perfectionist. Let me think. Oh, wow, this is missing. Now I'll add this, this, and this. I'll study this too. I'll pay out here, put some more in the piggy bank, help the child like this. Bam. And again, the timing isn't perfect. For your own reasons, yes, you feel comfortable. Basically, you feel comfortable. For me, it's more like, well, really, you, like some kind of perfectionist, are always putting things off. Well, for example, I don't know, you're a nurse or maybe a dental assistant, and you're telling yourself, ugh, I already know so much. I have 1,000,000 diplomas. Just open your own practice and earn 10 times more. No, I'd rather stay here. It's not the right time. Oh, I still have to pay for the apartment. What if the business fails? The child gets sick, something else happens, or there's a problem with my husband. Let me leave the body here just in case. Just in case I can't leave yet. I know that over there, yes. I'll just finish a little bit here, finish a little bit there, and then, later. And it always seems to be like that. Later, later, later. And honestly, it feels comfortable. You know what? Only a higher power can help you here. Some illusions will be shattered, and either you'll tell yourself the truth, get angry at yourself, yell, or at those who are leaning on you. Thank you. That's how it seems to me. Thank you. And you'll leave the Three of Pentacles behind. Ha ha ha. Aha, ah, ah, ah. And you'll leave it. Well, most likely, look, for some reason there's a transition from the 4 to the 3. I will only do what I like, and what others also like, and others like it too. It's called I will understand where I get the highest satisfaction. What gives me the highest satisfaction?
Ew.
And, well, reputation is also here somehow, a high reputation. Well, so you worry about it. You can't give something up yet. You're afraid. What if I give it up? Then I won't get some benefits. You tell yourself, I did everything so well here. Everything was going so well for me. If I suddenly give it up, what if I don't have enough time later? That's it. That's exactly what it is. Well, that's something, the flowers of our life. Maybe I won't help my child enough somewhere. Maybe my business will wither here. My work will wither. Someone. Something. I don't know. The garden. Maybe someone is afraid to just say it outright. Because it's not enough. Yes, for example, let's say it's worth 4 pentacles, but they'll only give 3 for it, some kind of property. To refuse, yes, because the market. The 4 of Pentacles. Sometimes it's literally property that I've had for a long time. I've gotten so used to it. It's like my second skin, but it eats up my time, energy, and money. Well, for example, I don't know. I inherited a garden from my parents, but the prices on the market have dropped. And you say, what? Am I stupid or something? It should sell for more, by as much as a quarter. I don't want to lose, and that's why you end up losing much more. Well, from time to time you get angry, and it's a disaster. Or maybe no one lives in that property, but you feel sorry to rent it out. Well, they'll ruin what I like, the subtitles. There's something valuable there, valuable. And you say, I won't give it up. No, 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 no. There's something valuable there. But that valuable thing, or that dear person, is just within 4 walls. I won't give it up. I won't leave. I won't go. Something valuable just for you. For some reason, I'm not getting enough money. The Five of Pentacles might mean, well, I'm not getting what I should here. What if there's a war, another one, and the world is already a mess? What if there's another one, and my cart is empty again? You see, with 3 legs, it's harder to stand. But actually, 3 is also very stable. So you remain in a stable position, but you're used to surviving, adapting to something, so that someone can lean on you, so you can be vital, stable. And 3, listen, tripods, right? They're also very stable, and they're lighter. Tripod? Yes. It's easier to assemble and disassemble. It's more compact. You can unscrew the legs. It takes up less space. It seems lighter, and it's easier to move somewhere. Well, yes, you lost 1 pentacle, but it feels like it immediately became easier to let go of something valuable. Oh, maybe the apartment is already cluttered, and I need everything, but there's not enough money. Maybe it's time to reconsider and sell something. And you say I love everything? Or maybe you have a household member who says, no, I love this too. For example, if you sold their things, well, who do you have here, within these 4 walls? What if they get offended, you say? Or what if I stop giving someone money, yes, to some household member maybe? What if they get offended, or I sell something, or I stop paying for something? What else could it be? Well, there's the fear that everything seems so good, and it all brings good results. But in the end, it's just some kind of illusion. And they say that, in principle, you are also stable. You will remain absolutely stable. Or, for example, if someone leaves, moves away, if separation happens, maybe you move away from your parents somewhere, you will also like it. Well, yes, maybe it won't be so steady, it will be stable, yes, but there will still be a bit of a wobble. Well, it's like some kind of relief. It gives you more lightness. Lightness is good, but there's less structure. That's the problem. And what brought you to this? Some kind of past, which, as you say, I can't change. It's already happened. That's it. The horse doesn't jump back there. That's just how it is. By the way, right now we actually have Mercury in retrograde, And when Mercury is in retrograde, you can go back to the past and fix things. Sell old things for example, if you inherited something, you can sell it. But what happened to you in the past? Where you were like that? I don't know. Well, you put a truckload of burdens on yourself, basically. You adapted to survive. Yes, tanks aren't afraid of dirt. That's pretty much how it sounds. But yours is already so polished, really polished. And you have expensive things, Your appearance is really, respectable. You look like someone who has everything they need. Well, a 4, the comfort zone with this woman is just super. Well, something happened that can't be changed. If you sell your clothes, you can sell apartments, inheritance. You can even give up some investments. Well, for example, there are things you just can't get back. You just can't fix it anymore. Here the cards say that something happened in the past. It's impossible, and it's still not over in your mind, meaning you can't get it back. Maybe you got divorced. I don't know. You just can't fix the relationship. Yes, something is lost forever. But in your mind, it's still not over. In your mind. You haven't left there yet. You haven't moved on. You haven't walked out of that door. Look, this deck is not about doors. Subtitles, not a deck of doors. But it shows that this happened a long time ago. You've already learned how to survive, and you've actually learned to do it really well. But you remember this. It's some kind of dogma, a belief you have, a fear. Because of that incident, you're afraid to look at yourself differently, to stay in a lighter, more relaxed version of yourself. It's like nothing is ever enough for you. You need more responsibility. You need more of everything. I need this, and I need that. And the 5th thing, and the 10th thing. I need everything, it seems. And they tell you, it's time to step out of that door. Take it easy. It's time to live, to free yourself from something or someone. Here is that door. Maybe you should go relax, but you don't let yourself, and even if you do, there's still a pattern stuck in your head. Maybe you do go and relax, but it always feels like you're tense all the time. There, on your phone, you're always checking. What's going on with my money, my documents, something else? Some old story just won't let you relax. It's impossible. There it is. It's like it's reflecting back at you from everywhere, that something might happen again, that something could go wrong. It's like the whole world is telling you, and it's a pattern. And it seems like the people around you are afraid too. Friends, relatives. I don't know.
Ну,
From mirrors, yes. Even your phone talks about it. From the reflective surfaces of the television, people mirror it too. Yes, you're convinced, but you can't put a stop to it. Maybe something similar happened to other people too. Well, maybe in a different way, a little bit differently. But people talk about it too. They also seem to be afraid around you. And also those trucks, they say, you need to save up, you need this. What if something happens? What if, oh, yes, that's it, and we're not ready? Like, a lighter version isn't appropriate here, but that's just an illusion. Like a real guardian angel, he says. Or maybe there are some other egoists. Like here's the ego, for example. Some person saying, no way, I can't do it. I'm not ready to go anywhere. Yeah, I'm sick, so I can't. Someone else might make up an excuse like, there's no work right now. See, I'm looking here and there. I'm trying. You know? Well, okay, sometimes you explode, right? You get upset. And then you're like, well, okay, it's true. Yeah, you convinced me. There's no work, there's nothing. Because you all kind of think the same way about it. That's right. But actually, it's the brain. Well, if it's other people, it's the brain of another person. It creates an illusion. It tells you yes, 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 it mirrors your belief. It says, well, you see, it says, well, you see, I was here, I went there. Well, for example, I don't know, let's take an example. Your husband's daughter can't find anyone and is always living with you. For instance, you saw it yourself, I met this guy. Well, he turned out to be crap. That's what happened. And you, for example, did you also have some difficulties with your husband? She says, well, you know, here and there. And I even took a job like that. Yes, you see, they pay very little too. I can't buy an apartment for myself. So the goal is the same, to convince you, so that you at least halfway say yes, agree, and say, well, yes, I see that too. Exactly, that's true. Really, yes. And together we're in this situation. Well, okay, let's move on. So it turns out, the person just doesn't want to. Doesn't want to, or unconsciously creates some kind of illusion, doesn't believe in themselves, and that's why they try to convince themselves with logic. Because you're also logical, and in the end, you're like that too. Well, yeah, and then let's do this, let's study that, and then... And it's like it's always being postponed. Postponed, postponed, for later. And when we keep putting things off for later, that's perfectionism. We're looking for a better time, a better person, a better job, a better version of ourselves. I am identity. If you keep putting things off all the time, it means you can't rely on yourself, whether it's your own self or someone else's. I'm not ready. And it always creates the illusion that it doesn't want to. But in reality, I say, well, you see, I want to look. And you say, yes, that's right. Yes, that's right. Yes. Yes. And here is this illusion. And the illusion is that you say, I want to. But in reality, I say, no, I don't want to. I don't want to change my self-identity. Because I'm like, looking for the perfect time or the perfect person, but that doesn't exist. It's an illusion. There are no ideals, they will always be destroyed. There's no perfect time, no perfect people, nothing at all in the world, nothing physical is perfect. There's just me, the foundation. You can rely on yourself, but for example, someone else. You can rely on yourself again in something familiar, like in some kind of spacesuit. It's familiar to you, even though it gives. Well, it pinches you, right? Like some shoes that sometimes press on a callus. It's just awful, especially in moments when you have a lot to do. It doesn't let you get going. When everything piles up, you feel those limitations even more. Well, for example, this spacesuit by itself is kind of stiff, angular, yes. It's not that light, with a square nose. Yes, those boots, I don't know, maybe for welding. And when you have to run a lot, it chafes, and that's when you get angry, either at yourself, or at the situation, or at the safety zone you're guarding. And it turns out, at that moment, I, Osnova, say, well, you see, stay here, we've been through this, we'll get through it again. And in the end, you can make something easier. It's just that I'm not ready inside. It keeps justifying for some reason, justifying why you shouldn't sell. Or someone is justifying to you why not. And you don't refuse. Just yes. For lighter shoes, those pointy ones. Yes, triangle, tripod, number 3 here. And it's called I Do What I Like. So it's lighter. It also gives a comfort zone, but there's this feeling of instability. You can do this. Make life a bit lighter. Do only what you like. But it's like you don't allow yourself to. An illusion. It's called an illusion of beliefs. Well, either you convince yourself or your inner self does. This foundation, this support, it's like you put on this spacesuit, and that's it. She doesn't want to come out and does everything she can to say, no, I'm not ready. No, I'll look for something better. For now, this is how it has to be. The whole world lives like this. That's how it is. I see what's happening in the world. That's what's happening in the world. Well, you'll understand here. Look. Subtitles by Dimitrorzak, or Some People Are Holding You Back. Dimitrorzak. Or it's some kind of spiritual transformation. You'll understand that you just need to change your beliefs. Oh, well, yes, that's it. Some old stress. Look, this is the 16th arcana. This one, you'll understand. You'll realize yourself that you're putting off some dream for later. Well, for someone it's a small dream. Like here, the girl is just buying a ring and putting it off for later. And for someone else, it's a big dream. I don't know, maybe moving out from your mom's place to a rented apartment and living with your loved one in a little hut. And then, someday being together, he'll add another pentacle, you'll add another pentacle, you'll work on something together and buy your own place. Well, I don't know. It's different for everyone. So, this is something from the past. The 16th arcana. It's already past. Your dream should already be born. The 17th should already begin. This is the Tower of Destruction. Maybe your health was destroyed. Your worldview was destroyed. You had to adapt in order to survive. And the next one, the 17th, is the fulfillment of a dream. To see the light at the end of the tunnel, how to get there through routine actions, and fulfill your dream, and that's it. You already know how you keep thinking about it all the time, but you keep putting it off. That's what I said. And death, here it is. The death card, it's transformation. Transformation is needed to fulfill your dream. Like to sit on this unicorn, what's it called? This unicorn. By the way, it's the year of the horse now. Or at least I'm doing the reading in the year of the horse. So you need to sit on this little horse, get on it, and go. Because it's already time to take this off. You needed them during some stressful situation, but that stressful situation is already gone. It's turned around. A long time ago, You've been through it, and you handled it perfectly. Look, you had a tower. Your whole castle was falling apart, here too. Yes, it was standing on the floor. You were building something with someone somewhere, maybe in your homeland, with your family, or you were building something else. There are a lot of people there. They're building something on the roof, building, and then it all collapsed. And you already learned on your own, and now someone is constantly leaning on you as well. You've already built a whole house, but where can you find a little relief? The cards say so, but I understand that it's a bit scary for you to find some relief or lightness here.
Учить.
And the next arcana, here it is. Yes, after this tower comes the 18th, to fulfill your dream. Well, here is the dream, but you just need to go towards it. Something needs to be done about the routine. And for that, I need to change my core self. It's something that has become deeply rooted in you. It's grown into you. You've mastered this lesson long ago. You could do it with your eyes closed. You'll survive wherever you are, with whomever you're with. Others here still rely on you. And for that, you need to lighten something, so you can gallop toward your dream, your own dream, and life would become a bit easier for you. And if something shakes things up, you'll quickly find a fourth leg for yourself here, because it's already become so ingrained in you, you can't even get it out of your head. It's already hard to get rid of it. You see, the thing is, it's like you've grown into a certain place, really grown into it. You just can't let go of it. Your workplace, your home. And I need to change it, to make it easier. You need to just take off toward a star, some new talent. Develop it toward a star. It's routine work with new talent. And you know, You see, it's never quite right. Or maybe I'm not right. I don't know enough. The child needs something. My husband needs something. My mom needs something. Everyone needs something. And so, together, we came up with these rose-colored glasses for ourselves, telling ourselves that we're fine as we are. But from time to time, you just feel really awful. Really awful. That's all I can say. You feel really awful. It's upside down. And most importantly, you don't even feel like a victim. In all of this, but in reality, you are a victim. You need a new talent. It's the gift of service. You serve, I don't know, some apartment. You serve someone, like a loyal dog. You serve some kind of belief. You serve. It's the gift of service. And you don't even feel like a victim. Well, only occasionally. I think you create a beautiful illusion. And even, I think you don't even put it that way, right? Maybe, for 50% of the time you suppress, you only suppress your negative thoughts and feelings for 50% of the time, as if life is passing you by. Yes. Maybe you had to serve someone. It's the gift of service. Well, for example, children live with their parents, and the parent serves. That's exactly what the gift of service does. He is like a helper, an eternal helper, helping the child brush their teeth, eat, cook, teaching them how to feed themselves, helping to wipe their bottom. I don't know, tying shoelaces, then helping with homework, then helping, I don't know, yes, like that. Helps, but then teaches to help themselves. Of course, but sometimes she gets stuck in this role of being the eternal helper. And even though she's already taught the kids, and they can do everything themselves, damn. But she just can't seem to break out of this helper pattern. Or she was married, lived her life, and now, yes, she's already on her own. Well, she got married on her own. Here, her parents taught her well to help out from childhood. Yes, she helped her parents. It happens. Some parents really do teach their kids to help well. So then, for example, she kept helping her husband, and then suddenly, bam, we got divorced. Well, I started helping my kids, started helping my friends, just out of habit, found myself a similar job as an assistant, and actually, I already started my own business. Well, started. Some kind of business already, you know, that kind of thing. By the way, the card can show self-employed. Mark. I can do it myself too. I mean, self-employed. But also something else. See, you can already take a step higher.
Шагнуть.
And this habit of helping someone with something, maybe even in self-employment, helped here, helped there. For example, I can't hire an assistant. I just can't. Because if I hire an assistant, I'll end up helping the assistant too. You know, it's like that joke, right? I'm used to saving everything. It's like that anecdote. Everything is needed. Everything is needed. I'm gaining weight, you know? I've already become kind of square and heavy. I finish everyone's food. After all, I have a family. So, you know, someone asks you, like in the joke, look, they ask, hey, what's up? Have you gained some weight? Well, I have kids, a husband. You know, the kids don't finish their food and throwing it away. Well, that's money, right? We have to save everything, so I finish it all. I don't eat, you say, but that's just an illusion, right? I only finish what's left. Well, my daughter didn't finish her food. My husband left a sandwich. There was a little milk left. Well, you can't just pour it out, so I finished it. And then they ask her, so what about you? Well, someone else, from the other side, saw this, like a helper, and said, Pee-Pee's the pig. And others were like, are you crazy, Fawnarella? Why would you finish after a pig? In this illusion, a person keeps believing things should be this way. You also know that if you hire someone now, you'll likely end up doing their work too. It's hard, you say, and you still have to make all the decisions for them too. Maybe it's time already. You're a magician now. You can do so much. But are you still used to serving? Yes, I understand. Well, there are times when we help our parents. We're all learning not to be victims, but helpers. But sometimes it sounds like it's time to stop, to look at things differently and help yourself. Help yourself wake up, stop. Because the world has already changed. Where's the tower? Here it is. The world is already upside down. It's already turned right side up a long time ago. Now you need to stop. Hang yourself upside down, look, and do things from a different perspective. You just can't stop eating others' food or doing things for everyone else, and you're gaining weight. I'm speaking metaphorically. Try approaching it from a different angle, not with diets, for example. If diets just don't work for you, if you're always gaining weight, there are always other solutions. The world has changed. You don't have to finish other people's food anymore. Look at it from a different perspective. Maybe from the perspective of your body, your intestines. Consider having bariatric surgery. You just need to get used to it. That you don't have to finish after everyone else. You won't be able to. Yes, you simply won't be able to. And over time, you'll get used to it. And it will really help you. But if you just can't break a certain habit, for example, if you're already used to eating with your mom or your parents, depending on who, or with your husband, it doesn't matter. Just go for it, for example. For example, somewhere far away, where you can't come back right away. Traveling light with just one suitcase. Even if things don't work out for you there, or if they do, it's because you're not coming back home. If you're looking for a partner, you won't be searching for someone too perfect, but you'll feel a bit unstable. You won't be looking for someone extremely ideal. Work, partnership. Maybe you'll start a business right away, and you'll immediately say, oh, I need a fourth leg. Let them help me. Let them help in every way. You'll have assistance, and your business will start growing right away. You bought an apartment, got married, and had kids. I don't know your goal, but to avoid coming back from the other side immediately, consider a different approach. For example, it didn't work out, let's say, living with parents or with children, so that they would separate, but everyone stays together. Well, whatever. Even if it's far away, let it be. Yeah, maybe you feel a bit unstable there, but honestly, things will work out quickly. Even if the children come back home later, they already have these developed skills. It will be easier for them, meaning they will come back different anyway. Well, for example, I'm saying either you or someone else will come back different, or maybe something else will happen. Maybe you want to get married yourself. I don't know. And you keep bringing them all home, inviting them to your place. You'll rush off to where you live. Well, I don't know. They show something here. Maybe family or work, something like that. Maybe some assistance too. You know, like I told you, you get used to something. I really want to maybe sell this and update it that way. Yes, Maybe it won't be that expensive. This is a lighter option to sell the old one, which is already outdated, and free up some money. Maybe you just don't want to sell it for less, and all of this will make things easier right away. You'll like it more. Maybe, yes, it's not like that. Somehow it's not the way you would like. I don't know. That's how it is, they say. Look at it from another angle. Try to turn your story around now. Just tell yourself the truth. I don't know. Tell yourself the truth about what will be leaving here. Or tell the truth to some people, and it will set you free. That's how I see it personally. Oh, 2 cards came out. It will free you from some kind of burden. It's not fast. This is where you're tired, and it feels like there's no one to help you with it. From some kind of journey. You set your course long ago and are moving forward like a tank, but it's time to change direction. You've already changed, and times are different now. It's time to end this cycle. It will end gently. It will simply come to a close. And look what came up here. Your dream will come true in a magical way, because you've been a magician for a long time now. You can already make it come true, and all that's missing is... Maybe you just need to let go of some kind of burden, to drop some heaviness, to let go of heavy thoughts. I don't know, because you've been a magician for a long time. That's the story. Maybe there's someone you don't need at all, but for some reason, you're afraid to let go. For some reason, you might even be alone somewhere. It seems to you that it's too much, like too many changes at once. They say, yes, there will be changes. There will be a lot of them, but we'll help you. Here you go. That's what the higher powers are saying. It sounds kind of scary, but that's how it sounds. Like that? Somewhere something isn't working out for you from time to time. You know, you could say, analyze it. Let's ask the guardian angel. What is it here that's spiritual? Well, analysis, because we analyze our soul, our feelings. That's why I'm taking the angel deck. Well, maybe people argue with you, and even friends always have some controversial issues. You even argue with yourself, by the way. Oh, yes. If we're talking about spirituality, you argue with yourself and take on some other controversial points. Different opinions? Pluralism of opinions? Yes, there are some here. Another one, for example, thinks this way. I don't know. A person thinks like that, and everyone seems so smart, but a friend sees it differently. I keep watching, and I kind of agree with some things. Well, this card, it says you're just looking at it, always turning it over in your head and not doing anything, just staying in place. Your attention is just there. It's not on your goal. Trying to make things easier for yourself, and during reevaluation, you keep having conversations with someone, constantly reevaluating, always studying something new. And as a result, you get bursts of anger from time to time. Maybe you feel like scolding someone, or, like a boomerang, you end up scolding yourself later, or you scold someone else, bursting out in anger. Or maybe it just hits you again and again. I kept thinking about it for a long time, and then suddenly, bam, it's gone. A year has passed, 2 years, 3 years. Well, then think about it. If I keep thinking it over, and it seems right, because you always do everything right, Mac. You're so wise, smart, Mac. That's smart Mercury. If I keep watching this, and yes, everything is right, thinking and talking to someone using all the right words. What will happen in 5 years? Will any of your dreams come true or not? Well, if you if you feel comfortable like this, well, just from time to time, yes, this mess happens here, and even a boomerang. Do you understand that I could have changed something? And sometimes I really want to get rid of it. I think you want to get rid of something too. Like, throw something away, just get rid of it already, or just get rid of this headache for good. But you stay with it. And the mind keeps idealizing this painful, recurring situation. Like, well, people do sacrifice something, right? Or keep searching for an ideal, searching for some kind of ideal. Well, there will be time. Well, there will be money. Well, I'll have something. Something will be perfect. But the world reflects that something is wrong. That's because, you see, as you go, your mind clings to other people's goals. Well, maybe you just really want a friend, that's all. And everyone is right. By the way, it's true. You do want that. You want to have those toys. You just want them. That's it. Everyone is right in their own way. Well, it's like it's someone else's goal, but your own, alas, as if. You know, also according to this card, sometimes we not only idealize, but for you it's like time is being put off. Yes, here it is. Time. Or you keep saving and saving money for some kind of dream. And let's say, yes, money is constantly losing value, and you always don't have enough of it again to make your dream come true. Maybe you just need to make a cheaper dream come true. That's how I see it. Or maybe something else entirely. Maybe you should give up the person you keep discussing things with. And he's always right. And you seem to be right too. You need this, and you need that. Well, you know, how else can I put it? Subtitles by Dimitar Zak. When you put things off, that's not perfectionism anymore. That's procrastination. Because, look, you tell yourself sometimes, I could have done it. And here he is, this magician, saying, I could have done it. And once you procrastinated, right? And procrastination, it's actually to avoid fulfilling this dream. Maybe someone is convincing you that it's great and necessary, but you don't need this dream at all. So, is it not your dream? If you procrastinate, meaning you keep lying on the couch, well, what is procrastination? I put it off, put it off, put it off. I don't want this, and it seems like everyone is trying to convince me that it's great, but in reality, I don't want it. I don't need it. There's just too much of all this. Maybe you need a lighter option, and you don't want to argue with anyone? Then that's how it turns out. It's not really your dream, even though you're convinced it's your dream and someone convinced you. Society, television, it's the same thing. It can even be a cage, a mental pattern. Like with society, with television, a mental pattern. Society is the place where you were born. Even our political views are often unrealistic. They depend on the place of birth, meaning what our grandmothers and grandfathers thought, on the history of that place of birth. Grandmothers, grandfathers, parents, what happened to them? Their beliefs are imposed on ours. This happens very often. Religion, worldview, for years. A template is a mental template, and we don't want to admit. How could it be? Were our parents really wrong in our homeland? Were they really wrong? However, stereotypical thinking still exists. A local cage is something limited in this place, like the 12th house in a horoscope, something restricted. And for this, it's true for this family. That's right, because you were born here, and that's really true. But it's still just a pattern only in this place. True only for this family, true for this person. Because for this person it's like this, and for that one, he was born somewhere else, grew up.
У него родители другие, да? А может быть,
Thank you. This can be applied to individual people, and it can also be applied to individual countries. And it always touches us deeply. Well, weren't our ancestors right? No, they were right, but only for us. Well, and we respect and love them for that. But sometimes it also creates a mental pattern, and we don't see the bigger picture. And this can be something within the family, or it can be about the place where you were born. A certain limitation, yes, like a cage, purely of beliefs.
Ну,
Which gives a pessimistic outlook, I would say. That's why the mind gives a pessimistic outlook. I won't get out of somewhere. I won't succeed. So, I'm not talking about politics at all. Right now, I'm saying that our ancestors, for example, fought. They fought for this goal. You see, it was important back then. Well, let's say, for example, once in China, or, it doesn't matter, in some Eastern country, that's it. Little girls' feet. At first, mothers would break their own feet from childhood, bandaging them every day. Then girls were born, and from childhood, their feet were bandaged, and their bones were broken. They believed it was beautiful and the standard. And a girl really couldn't even get married. Family life would fall apart, and the girls fought through tears. This tower, the tower in the head, a fiery standard, a fiery rule, and she's ready to break her legs. She's ready to break spears. She's ready to endure pain just to get married. Then, with these little shoes, such tiny ones, walking click, 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 her feet all deformed, in terrible pain. All their lives, from birth, girls endured this to fulfill themselves in the family, like their mothers, so they would be chosen. Or those women with the necks. But people change their own bodies physically, like the rings. If you take those rings off later, the woman dies. It was even used as a punishment. Her hands are tied behind her back, and her vertebrae are stretched so much that she dies. She can't eat, can't drink, nothing. She just dies. Simply. This was also a mental pattern, maybe, that women were considered weaker, that they weren't seen as people. This was also a kind of mental pattern. But back then, genders, and people lived in that. They agreed with it. If he hits you, it means he loves you, right? Well, that's how parents chose, whoever they picked. And women just prayed. As long as he wasn't a drunk, as long as he wasn't a monster, and if he cheated, whatever, or something else, as long as he didn't kill. Yes. I don't know what kind of mental pattern it could be. Yeah, where it comes from. And that's exactly what limits you. Maybe, well, everyone believes in something. Maybe I shouldn't have said it so bluntly. Well, yes. It could be ancestors. It's a long process. It's been going on for a long time. That's how everyone protected themselves. For example, something difficult happened in the country, and your ancestors, for instance, I don't know, a financial crisis. Financial crises have happened in every country, and your ancestors. They began to limit themselves, did other things, and that's the ancestors. And it became ingrained, but it has already changed. Yeah, you don't need to go far or travel somewhere. Well, before, you had to be together, it was hard to travel, but now you can. Damn, you just get up and fly somewhere. And now you work in another country, where the standard of living is higher, the earnings are higher, life is easier, and the laws work differently. It used to be harder, but now it's easier. Or now, for example, there's the internet. You don't even have to leave the village. You can study online, find a job online. They'll deliver your bank cards to you through the internet, and you'll get your salary from a good company that's located in a big city. Big cities that pay well. And it's silly. It's just silly to keep holding on to this mental pattern that, like, there's no work here. You can get an education and work online. Because now, for example, that's it. You don't need to be here anymore. Even if you can't get up from where you are, you never know. Things happen. Really, maybe you're really stuck here, right? Things happen. There are certain limitations. There are boundaries. Well, that's it. You're really stuck. And, basically, you're comfortable here. Well, go ahead. Use the internet. And it's silly to deny that nothing is possible online. There's actually a lot you can do. Some kind of outdated stereotype. That's what it is. A skull. Oh. An oyster's reaction, something you can hide behind. And look, your guardian angel has been telling you for a long time that this will save you, gently set you free, little by little. By the way, no one here is going to let go of anything quickly. I'm telling you right away. It will go away gradually, at a moderate pace. This one template stick will be removed. Then the second one over there. You took your leg out of the cage, then your arm, then your head, then your eye. Yes, so it will gradually go away. And this is temptation. The devil tempts with fears. Oh, you won't make it. Come on. You're dependent. You're stuck in place. That's what it is. But here there's an opportunity to get out somewhere, not to close yourself off. The main thing is to go towards your goal with some partner. Well, someone, maybe, as I said, yes, will leave their parents' home with a man. Someone will build some kind of castle for themselves with a business partner. Well, build a castle? I don't know. Yes. Will build their new empire. Will build a new business. Will build it differently. I don't know. With clients. With some. A group of 4 together. You'll build a group of 4. Yes, look, you'll stay in construction, but that's also stable. And they'll give you some kind of partner. Like that 4th leg. Not a 5th leg, but a 4th one. Some person will break your stereotypes. You will see it. You will see it. Some alternative possibilities, either love according to the fish, or how to have children, offspring, fish means profit, to increase money, to move, to go with the flow of options. In general. Well, someone will show you how to reach your goal. Well, your guardian angel has been showing you for a long time. You know, as I say, either perfectionism is at play here, or... I forgot that word again. I forgot again. Procrastination, oh my God. Putting things off until later. You will definitely enjoy it, the card says, and you will want to do it this way. And here, this slow stitching, step by step, that's what you'll be doing. I don't know how long this will take. Well, a small dream will come true faster, like buying a ring, for example. That's reality, a small or a big dream. Of course, it will take longer to stitch here. But it'll just be easier for you. And it will be enough for yourself too. In a tripod, so to speak. And some people will be like helpers for the 4th leg. When you need stability, that is, you'll have all the keys. You'll still have your comfort zone, even if it's a bit lighter when you need your comfort zone. You have this separate person, someone. Not that you'll just lean on them and they'll do everything for you. No, you'll still be standing on these 3 legs, but not like now. Not so squarely, not so much in this foursome, in this comfort zone. If something goes wrong, you'll always have partners. Maybe your children or your husband. But it's also risky to rely on someone else, right? There are things you don't like about that too. When things are piling up on you here, when some situation has fallen on you, or maybe you've put this image on yourself, where you have to adjust or fit in with someone or something. You had to. Serve some purpose, serve some person, I don't know. Help, be an assistant, yes. It's time to make this life story easier. And you will also be given assistants who won't do everything for you. And sometimes a little here, a little there. That's what I'm getting. Well, let's see. What is it? What's leaving? Which one? The door is closing. Closing. T. Bendy is following. Insufficiency. The door is closing. Where maybe could you have been carrying too much on yourself? Watching someone, you will stop watching or judging someone, talking about someone or something. And some person may leave, someone who is not suitable for you, or some situation that is not suitable for you, unsuitable. You can see it clearly. It doesn't fit. You don't fit in there. You don't go through. You don't go there.
Oui.
The feeling of being filled with some emotions, conflicting ones will go away. But your rebirth is already happening according to the moon, and this period will simply pass, and you will simply begin to be reborn. Really, you were being filled. It's just that, for a while, you needed to feel the heaviness, to feel the irritation, sometimes 50-50. Remember, the card came up, and that also shows the moon. This discomfort is for your rebirth. Like when a baby is in the womb, you are being born here, and it's uncomfortable for the baby there. He's already ready, he's already matured, the fruit is ripe, and it's unpleasant there, and there are those disgusting, dirty waters. In general, it's time to come out into the light. In general, it had to be done. They say it's enough, stop refusing. You're wise, you've already achieved so many goals, but you just sit there and refuse something out of habit. To view it from another, clearer perspective, you must make peace, reconcile, or let go. Decide, make the decision that has long been knocking at your door. Yes, it's impossible to change everything. There are things that a person simply cannot change, but still, you can make your own life fair. Stop arguing before you enter. Either you're arguing with yourself or with someone else before coming through this door. Maybe you need to sue someone or do something else. The card of human judgment came up. Or you're scolding yourself, scolding someone else. Stop arguing before. Everyone has their own truth. In court, each person believes they're right. Well, if something just isn't working out for you, maybe it's about some contracts or something else. So what does it open? Which door is opening? Don't? What opportunities are coming your way? Maybe new ones are coming for the children too. They say it's a new key, one that's scary to use. You see, a person from the past takes a bundle. A person takes a bundle here, but they only take something light to move into the new. It was easier. He says people and friends will stay with you. Information, like from the news, by the way. Maybe there will be a lot of important news, messages from children, from updates, from something new. There will be a lot. The door is open to something new.
Yeah.
Into your dream. It seems the door has been open for a long time already, but you needed to fill yourself up. You needed to be filled with different conflicting emotions to realize something about yourself. And the door has been open for a long time. That's how I read it, that the door has been open for a long time. Or for your children, the door has been open for a long time, to the dream. Which one? The door's open, it's opening. But the door of the last straw is called when you already want everything. You can't take it anymore. It's called everything. I've already crossed that threshold. I've crossed it all, stepped over, and I'm moving forward, even knowing that it will be hard for me there. And what will be hard for you? You've gotten so used to your comfort zone that it's even very hard to take it off. To get rid of something familiar, something you're used to. Which door opens? You'll see how other people choose and open. A transformation that seems scary, but in the end brings joy. This will break your mental pattern. You will see a perspective for the future as a gift, and it will revive you to move forward, to dream, or it will reconnect you with your loved ones. And you will do yourself a great service, just like that. Well, basically, here is the bathtub, and the person is right here with their head in it, and they're drowning there. He is already in these emotions. Well, here they are. The moon has filled you with emotions, or people, or some kind of psychological realizations. So here's the story right here. Oh, I accidentally pulled out 2 cards. So, here a dream will come true. You will share this with people, with your loved ones, and you will be respected for it. Thank you. Oh, society will also be happy. Maybe you. Well, anyway, think about it. That's today's message, girls. Tomorrow we'll do a prophecy of Hecate. We'll read it, yes. and see if something interesting comes up for the eclipse. By the way, our eclipse will be on the node of the past, right? Yes, in Virgo, the node of the past, as far as I remember. Something from the past might come up. Also, retrograde Mercury, retrograde Uranus. Oh, sorry, Jupiter. Yes, stars, a lot of stars are called retrograde, so that you can figure out the path of your karmic purpose. The star card came up. So I asked, for tomorrow we'll look at night star, a lot of retrograde stars, so that you can reconsider your path. Look, the 17th arcana, and you had the tower, the 16th come up. So, something difficult, or a difficult person was next to you. Here you go. You had to adapt, as if to a difficult period, to a difficult person. Yeah, it's time to finally go after your dream. That period has long passed. You just need to reconsider your path. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Your dream will come true. Maybe this is the path of your karmic purpose. You have all the talents. No one here is rushing you. Go as much as you want, calmly and harmoniously. See, there are 2 jugs. The girl is standing and pouring from both of them. In general, there are also people partners here. There will be those who understand you exactly on this path. Maybe you're afraid of hurting someone? That's the story here too. Well, there you go. Yes, some routine moments may be revealed on the path to your purpose here. Tomorrow is the star. Yes. Well, we have the moon, Hecate. That's not a star, that's a planet. Well, in any case, the star came up. Yes. The star came up for you. Here you can. Yes. This is exactly where you can analyze your path to fulfilling your wish. Only it's hidden for you, you see? It's a hidden wish that you keep analyzing all the time. And you say, yeah, no, I'm fine as it is. No, I can't. I'll put it off. Later, I still need to do this. Oh, I'm missing this, and what if someone gets upset with me? And then it all starts. You have this kind of story, because There too. Remember, there was a message that you won't be able to hide the truth, either from yourself or from others. Either you'll explode, or you'll finally tell yourself the truth. And you'll feel relieved. Somehow you'll feel relieved. I just want to say, since the eclipse is on the node of the past, it's like the tail of the karmic dragon. And at the tail we have the bottom. Maybe something will get relieved. Drop the ballast from your trunk. I kept comparing you to some kind of truck, like you loaded something up there. But maybe it's time for me to dump it all out myself and go there light. Because your front end is actually very nice, and people respect you for it, you'll break through all your goals there. It's time to lighten it up even more. Maybe do some kind of upgrade. Really upgrade it so it becomes super easy for you. And that's it. Just go forward. To the stars, so you could take off even with suitcases or with a heavy load from the past. But it's hard to take off to the stars. You can only crawl, like that very snake, like a worm. Just crawl and crawl. Maybe someone likes it. Maybe if you tell someone, they'll say, so what? I want to stay in my comfort zone. You know, sometimes happiness is like a bird in the hand, and you have to decide, do you want the bird in your hand or the star in the sky? This is something you can work on over time. You need to think about it, because it brings us back to the map again. It's true, everyone has their own truth, and that's the only thing you're right about. Maybe society, on the contrary, is sending you up to the skies, but you just want that little bird in the sky. Well, let them go. Let society fly wherever they want. Right? Right? And there will still be people who understand you. It's up to you to choose. Thank you for being with me today. We have a kind of cheerful reading, both not so cheerful and at the same time very cheerful. Well, that's how it is. Our life is dual. It happens both ways. And you are just full of both cheerful and not so cheerful thoughts. It's time to make a decision, whether you go with the bird in the hand or the crane in the sky. Well, with the crane in the sky. You need to lighten your baggage, then you'll soar. Until we meet again, my dears.